Divide and conquer is a strategy or tactic that involves creating division and discord among individuals or groups in order to weaken them and gain an advantage. This approach has been employed in various contexts, including politics, warfare, and interpersonal relationships, to achieve specific goals. The essence of this strategy is to break a larger, unified entity into smaller, fragmented parts, making it easier to control or manipulate. Here's a more detailed explanation of divide and conquer. 1. Creating divisions. The strategy involves identifying existing differences or creating new divisions among individuals or groups. This can be based on factors such as race, ethnicity, religion, social class, political affiliation, or any other distinguishing characteristics. 2. Fostering discord. Once divisions are established, the manipulator may take actions to exacerbate tensions, conflicts, or prejudices between the divided parties. This can be done through propaganda, misinformation, or other means that fuel animosity and distrust. Also refers to actions taken to encourage disagreements. This can be done for various reasons, such as to achieve a specific agenda, maintain control, or weaken the unity of those affected. Amplifying differences. Those who seek to foster discord often focus on highlighting and exaggerating existing differences among people. This can include differences in beliefs, values, backgrounds, or affiliations. Exploiting grievances. Manipulators may take advantage of real or perceived grievances, injustices, or historical conflicts to fuel anger and resentment among individuals or groups. Promoting misinformation. Fostering discord can involve spreading false or misleading information, often through various forms of propaganda, to create division and mistrust. Polarizing rhetoric. The use of polarizing language and rhetoric can further divide people by framing issues in extreme terms and making it difficult to find common ground. Scapegoating. Manipulators might point to a specific person, group, or entity as the source of problems or difficulties. This can lead to blame, hostility, and scapegoating, further increasing discord. Stoking fear. The use of fear tactics, such as fear of the other or fear of change, can be employed to heighten tensions and create divisions among individuals or groups. Suppressing dialogue. Manipulators may discourage open, constructive dialogue and instead encourage confrontations, confrontational language, and an us versus them mentality. Undermining trust. Fostering discord often involves eroding trust between people or groups, making it difficult for them to collaborate or find common solutions. Maintaining control. In some cases, those who foster discord may do so to maintain power, control, or dominance over a situation, organization, or population. Political or social manipulation. Fostering discord is commonly seen in political and social contexts. It can be used by those in power to distract from issues or to prevent collective action by divided groups. 3. Weakening unity. The ultimate goal is to weaken the unity and solidarity of the divided parties. By sowing discord and mistrust, the manipulator can undermine the strength and effectiveness of the larger group. Also refers to actions taken to erode the cohesion, solidarity, or common purpose of a group, community, or organization. This is often done for various reasons, including political, strategic, or manipulative purposes. Those who seek to weaken unity exploit existing differences or disagreements to widen the rift, and intensify conflicts among members of the group. Manipulators may encourage dissent, disagreements, or infighting within the group to distract members from common goals and create a sense of disarray. Weakening unity often involves eroding trust and confidence among group members, making it difficult for them to collaborate, make decisions, or work together effectively. The ultimate goal is to fragment the larger group into smaller, more manageable pieces. This can make it easier for those seeking to weaken unity to exert control or maintain the status quo. Actions may be taken to discredit or undermine the leadership of the group, causing confusion and internal strife. Weakening unity often serves the interests of those who prioritize personal or narrow interests over the collective well-being of the group. Sometimes, external influences may contribute to the weakening of unity, such as external agents promoting division for their own gain. Weakening unity can be advantageous for those in positions of authority or power, as it can help them maintain control and prevent collective action against their interests. This strategy is commonly observed in political, organizational, or social contexts. It can be employed to divert attention from critical issues, maintain a particular agenda, or prevent group members from forming a unified front. 4. Enhancing control. With the larger group fragmented and in conflict, the manipulator can exert greater control or influence over the situation. This can be advantageous in politics, business, or other areas where power and control are sought. Also refers to actions taken by individuals or groups to increase their authority, influence, or dominance over a situation, organization, or population. This is often done for various reasons, including maintaining power, achieving specific objectives, or advancing one's interests. Enhancing control often involves efforts to consolidate and centralize power within a particular individual, group, or authority. This can be achieved by reducing checks and balances, limiting opposition, or concentrating decision-making authority. Those who seek to enhance control may weaken or undermine systems of checks and balances that provide oversight and accountability. This can involve influencing or controlling key institutions, such as the judiciary, media, or regulatory bodies. Actions may be taken to suppress dissent, criticism, or opposition. This can include restricting freedom of speech, censoring information, or using intimidation and coercion to silence critics. Enhancing control often involves controlling or manipulating information and narratives. This can include propaganda, disinformation, or the suppression of information that is unfavorable to those in power. Those seeking to enhance control may prioritize loyalty among followers or supporters, rewarding those who demonstrate loyalty and punishing dissent or disloyalty. Control can be enhanced by limiting individual freedoms, such as freedom of assembly, association, or movement. Restrictive laws and regulations may be imposed to curtail individual liberties. Decision-making authority may be centralized, concentrating power in the hands of a select few, or a single individual or entity. This reduces the ability of others to influence or challenge decisions. In political contexts, control can be enhanced through the manipulation of electoral processes, such as gerrymandering, voter suppression, or the manipulation of election results. Enhancing control can involve creating dependency among the population or followers. This can make individuals or groups more reliant on those in power for resources, services, or support. The use of fear and intimidation can be employed to enhance control by discouraging opposition and promoting compliance. 5. Preventing collective action. A divided group is less likely to collaborate or take collective action against the manipulator's interests. This makes it easier to maintain the status quo or implement policies that might be resisted by a unified group. Also refers to actions or strategies employed to discourage or impede groups of individuals from coming together to address shared concerns or advance common goals. This tactic is often used for various reasons, including maintaining the status quo, preventing change, or avoiding challenges to authority. Those who aim to prevent collective action may take steps to discourage cooperation and collaboration among individuals or groups. This can be achieved by sowing discord, creating mistrust, or promoting self-interest over shared goals. Actions may be taken to undermine the leadership of a collective movement or organization. This can lead to confusion, internal strife, and the lack of direction. Efforts may be made to promote apathy or a sense of powerlessness among potential participants. This can be done by emphasizing the futility of collective action or suggesting that individual efforts are more effective. Those seeking to prevent collective action may divert attention from critical issues or shared concerns. By focusing on less important or divisive topics, efforts may be made to obstruct the organization and coordination of collective actions. This can include legal or administrative hurdles, suppression of communication, or the disruption of logistical preparations. In some cases, restrictions may be imposed on the freedom of assembly or the right to peaceful protest, making it more difficult for groups to gather and express their concerns. Counter-messaging may be employed to discredit the goals and messages of collective movements, making it challenging for them to gain public support. Repressive measures, such as arrests, violence, or intimidation, may be used to deter individuals from participating in collective actions. In some instances, those who wish to prevent collective action may attempt to co-opt or control the leadership of the movement, steering it away from its original objectives. Actions may be taken to promote division among members of a collective group, weakening their ability to work together effectively. 6. Social or political manipulation. Divide and conquer is often used in social and political contexts. It can be seen in situations where authorities or powerful entities exploit societal divisions to maintain their control or advance their agendas. Also refers to the use of various tactics and strategies to influence or control social and political outcomes. For specific purposes, this can include efforts to shape public opinion, affect elections, policy decisions, or public sentiment. Propaganda. The dissemination of information, often biased or misleading, to shape public opinion or promote a particular agenda. Propaganda can be used to sway public sentiment, create divisions, or manipulate perceptions. Disinformation. The spread of false or deceptive information with the intent of misleading the public or achieving specific objectives. Disinformation can be used to undermine trust in institutions, sow confusion, or manipulate events. Astroturfing. The creation of fake grassroots movements or organizations to give the appearance of widespread support for a particular cause. Astroturfing can be used to create the illusion of public sentiment that may not exist organically. Lobbying. Influencing the decision-making process by individuals or organizations seeking to sway policymakers in their favor. Lobbying can involve financial contributions, persuasion, and other tactics to advance specific interests. Election manipulation. Efforts to influence the outcome of elections, including voter suppression, gerrymandering, campaign finance manipulation, and the spread of false information about candidates or issues. Social engineering. The use of psychological and sociological principles to manipulate or influence human behavior in social or political contexts. Social engineering may involve persuasion, manipulation of group dynamics, or creating division among individuals. Divisive tactics. The promotion of divisions based on factors such as race, religion, ethnicity, or political affiliation to create animosity and conflict for specific political or social goals. Fear and intimidation. The use of fear tactics and intimidation to control or manipulate public sentiment or silence opposition. Censorship. Restricting or controlling information to limit access to dissenting voices, critical information, or alternative viewpoints. Undermining institutions. Efforts to undermine the credibility, integrity, or effectiveness of democratic institutions, such as the judiciary, media, or electoral systems. 7. Historical examples. Throughout history, conquerors, rulers, and colonial powers have used the divide and conquer strategy to maintain control over diverse populations. By fostering divisions based on ethnicity, religion, or other factors, they could maintain dominance. Historical examples of social and political manipulation are numerous and have occurred in various times and places throughout history. While these examples vary in context and impact, they highlight the use of manipulation for social, political, or ideological purposes. Propaganda in Nazi Germany. The Nazi regime under Adolf Hitler extensively used propaganda to manipulate public opinion and promote its extremist ideology. This included the demonization of Jews and other minority groups, creating a climate that allowed for the Holocaust. McCarthyism in the United States. During the 1950s, Senator Joseph McCarthy led a campaign to root out alleged communist sympathizers in the U.S. government and entertainment industry. This led to a climate of fear, false accusations, and the blacklisting of many individuals. Apartheid in South Africa. The apartheid regime employed a system of racial segregation and discrimination to maintain control and divide the population along racial lines. It involved the manipulation of laws, propaganda, and violence to enforce racial hierarchies. The Rwandan genocide. In 1994, extremist Hutu leaders used hate propaganda through the media to manipulate the population and incite violence against the Tutsi minority. This led to the Rwandan genocide, resulting in the deaths of approximately 800,000 people. The Cultural Revolution in China. During Mao Zedong's Cultural Revolution in 1966 to 1976, the Chinese government manipulated young people into forming Red Guard units to enforce ideological conformity, leading to persecution, violence, and the destruction of cultural heritage. Russian disinformation campaigns. In the 21st century, Russia has been accused of using disinformation campaigns to manipulate political discourse and undermine trust in Western democracies. These campaigns have involved spreading false information, cyber attacks, and social media manipulation. Colonial divide and rule. Many colonial powers, such as the British Empire, employed a divide and rule strategy to maintain control over their colonies. By creating divisions along ethnic, religious, or tribal lines, they prevented unified resistance to colonial rule. Manipulation in the Arab Spring. During the Arab Spring uprisings in the early 2010s, governments in several countries used disinformation, censorship, and propaganda to manipulate public sentiment and suppress protests. 8. Counteracting divide and conquer. Recognizing the divide and conquer strategy is the first step in countering its effects. Promoting unity, cooperation, understanding, and reconciliation among divided groups, can help mitigate the impact of this tactic. Counteracting the divide and conquer strategy involves efforts to promote unity, cooperation, understanding, and reconciliation among individuals or groups that have been divided or manipulated. The goal is to mitigate the harmful effects of this divisive tactic and foster a more harmonious and equitable environment. A. Promoting dialogue. Encouraging open and constructive dialogue among divided parties is essential. This provides an opportunity for individuals or groups to express their concerns, clarify misunderstandings, and find common ground. B. Building trust. Rebuilding trust among those who have been divided is crucial. Trust-building initiatives may involve transparency, honesty, and demonstrating a commitment to mutual understanding. C. Emphasizing common interests. Highlighting shared interests, values, or goals can help bridge divisions. Emphasizing what unites people rather than what separates them fosters a sense of community. D. Community building. Creating spaces and activities that bring people together can help build a sense of community and belonging. This can include social events, cultural exchanges, or collaborative projects. E. Educating and raising awareness. Providing education and information about the tactics of divide and conquer can empower individuals to recognize and resist such manipulative strategies. Media literacy and critical thinking skills are valuable in this regard. F. Advocating for inclusivity. Encouraging inclusive policies and practices that respect diversity and promote equity is crucial. This includes advocating for equal representation, non-discrimination, and social justice. G. Supporting mediation and conflict resolution. Utilizing mediation and conflict resolution techniques can help resolve differences and conflicts in a peaceful and constructive manner. H. Empowering grassroots movements. Grassroots movements that advocate for justice, human rights, and social change can be a powerful force against divide and conquer tactics. Supporting and participating in such movements can be a proactive response. I. Ethical leadership. Leaders who promote unity and inclusivity play a vital role in counteracting divide and conquer. Ethical leadership involves prioritizing the well-being of all individuals and groups, rather than pursuing personal or narrow interests. J. Promoting compassion and understanding. Encouraging individuals to cultivate empathy, compassion, and understanding for one another is central to counteracting divisive strategies. Recognizing the interconnectedness of all beings is a fundamental principle in many ethical and spiritual philosophies, including Buddhism. In the context of ethical and compassionate philosophies, including Buddhism, the divide and conquer strategy is seen as harmful, as it promotes discord, suffering, and the exploitation of differences. Such philosophies often emphasize the importance of understanding, unity, and the interconnectedness of all beings. Working towards harmony and reconciliation among divided groups aligns with these principles and can help counteract the negative effects of divide and conquer strategies.